Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here because we are tackling a massive topic today, one that, let's be honest, can be a real headache if you live outside of India. We are going to completely demystify how non-resident Indians, or NRIs, can actually use DigiLocker to access their crucial Indian documents from abroad. If you've ever felt the sheer bureaucratic pain of trying to manage official Indian paperwork while living in another country, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break this down step by step so you can finally set up a seamless, totally stress-free digital vault.
Picture this scenario for a second. You are sitting in your office in London, or maybe Dubai, or New York. Suddenly, a visa officer asks for your university mark sheet, or an overseas bank says they absolutely need your PAN card for their KYC process. Or perhaps a new employer needs verified proof of your degree and they need it by Friday. You're thousands of miles away from your physical files, and that familiar panic just starts to set in. How on earth do you get official, verified Indian documents delivered instantly across borders?
We call this the expat document dilemma. Sooner or later, literally every NRI hits this wall. You need a document fast, and you just cannot wait for family back home to courier physical copies across the globe. Now, on paper, DigiLocker is the absolute perfect solution for this. But here is the real friction point. DigiLocker wasn't originally designed with NRIs in mind. Because of that, there are a few very specific quirks and roadblocks that trip people up when they try to use it from outside the country. But don't worry, today we are going to clear those roadblocks together.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the Golden Rule.
Before we even talk about what documents you can store or how to link up your profiles, we have to address the single most important hurdle every single NRI must clear. If you get this wrong, the rest of the system just simply will not work for you. There is exactly one non-negotiable rule when it comes to DigiLocker for NRIs. When you sign up, registration absolutely requires an Indian mobile number. There are zero exceptions to this, none. You cannot use a foreign phone number to create your account, and no, you can't bypass this by trying to use DigiLocker's WhatsApp services with an international number either. The platform's own support page is crystal clear. An Indian number is mandatory to just open the door.
But hey, take a breath, because the good news arrives immediately after you clear that initial hurdle. Once your account actually exists, that location restriction entirely vanishes. There is absolutely no geo-blocking once you're registered. You can log into the website or use the mobile app to pull your documents from literally anywhere on the global map. Think of it like this. The geofence only exists at the front door during registration, not once you're actually inside the house. Moving on to Section 2, Setup and Aadhaar linking.
Let's get into the practical side of things. Knowing the rules is great, but how do we actually create this vault and connect it to your core identity? Let's walk through the exact bite-sized action plan. Step 1, start with an Indian mobile number that you still control. Honestly, you ideally want to do this before you leave India or maybe during your next visit home. Step 2, head over to digilocker.gov.in or download the official app. Step 3, tap Sign Up, enter that Indian number, and verify the OTP, the one-time password that it receives. And finally, Step 4, set your username and password. Now, a quick aside here, Aadhaar is actually optional at this exact sign-up stage. You can just click Don't have Aadhaar, continue here, if you aren't quite ready to link it yet.
So here is the crucial takeaway. The real trick to using DigiLocker as an NRI isn't figuring out the app itself. The real trick is keeping that Indian mobile number alive so it can actually receive SMS messages overseas. You can do this by keeping your Indian SIM active on international roaming, getting an Indian eSIM, or relying on a virtual number service. Just make sure it's actually capable of receiving SMS. Oh, and a quick pro tip, on high traffic days, like when board exam results drop, OTPs can be super delayed. Just wait a few minutes. Whatever you do, do not spam the resend button every 30 seconds, or you are definitely going to lock yourself out. Now, eventually, you are going to need to link your Aadhaar, because Aadhaar-linked documents just stay locked without it. And here's where a major quirk catches so many people off guard. When you go into your profile, select Add Aadhaar, and type in your 12-digit number, the OTP does not necessarily go to your DigiLocker login number. It strictly goes to the mobile number that UIDAI already has on file for your Aadhaar. If you used a totally different number to create your DigiLocker account, UIDAI doesn't care. That OTP is going straight to their registered number. And that actually leads us to a pretty stark warning. What happens if the number UIDAI has on record for your Aadhaar is dead, or you just don't have it anymore? Unfortunately, there is absolutely no remote fix for this. You cannot update your Aadhaar mobile number from abroad. If you can't receive that specific OTP, you are locked out of fetching Aadhaar-dependent documents until you can physically visit an Aadhaar enrollment center back in India.
This is exactly why getting your telecom set up right before you get on that plane is so incredibly critical.
All right, Section 3, what can you store? Once you're successfully inside and all linked up, what exactly is sitting in this digital locker? Well, this brilliantly illustrates the difference between what is officially issued to you versus what is merely stored by you. The documents you fetch through the app are verified, officially issued documents. They carry real legal weight. You can pull your PAN card directly from the Income Tax Department. You can fetch your driving license and vehicle registration from state RTOs. And this is a big one for students and professionals. Your Class 10 and 12 mark sheets, along with university degrees, can be pulled directly into the app. This educational data is pulled through what's called the NAD integration, the National Academic Depository. If your Indian university published your records there, they basically just magically appear in your locker when you log in.
But, what if you went to grad school in the US or the UK or Australia? A highly common question we get from professionals is, can I upload my foreign educational certificates to DigiLocker? The answer really comes down to the difference in legal weight. On one hand, we have Indian certificates pulled natively via the NED. These are verified records from registered Indian issuers. On the other hand, we have foreign certificates. DigiLocker just does not recognize any foreign university as a registered issuer, so you can't pull them as verified documents. What you can do, though, is self-upload them as a PDF, JPEG, or PNG up to 10 MB in the Uploaded Documents section. It is incredibly handy for personal safekeeping and just having everything in one place. But remember, a self-uploaded foreign degree does not carry the verified legal status of an officially issued Indian document.
Finally, let's look at Section 4, the sequence for success.
We've seen the rules, we've explored the workarounds, and we've checked the inventory. Now let's bring it all together into a final, foolproof sequence of operations so you literally never have to panic about Indian paperwork again. Here's the bottom line, the sequence for success you really need to take away from this explainer. First, you absolutely must register for DigiLocker while an Indian mobile number is still active in your hands. Second, you need to link your Aadhaar before your UIDI registered number goes quiet or gets disconnected. And third, manage your expectations with foreign documents. Just accept that they belong in unverified storage, not on the officially issued shelf. Getting this specific order right is the ultimate preventative measure against overseas bureaucratic panic. And honestly, if you follow that sequence, you achieve exactly what this quote promises. By setting up the vault in the correct order, your Indian paperwork stays exactly 1 OTP away, no matter which time zone you are currently in. You completely eliminate the need to wake up family members in the middle of the night to scan and email you physical documents. You get to take total control of your identity and your credentials on a global scale. So I want to leave you with a provocative question to think about. Are your Indian documents truly ready before you board your next flight? Have you actually checked if your UIDAI-linked mobile number is still receiving SMS? If you are planning a move abroad, or if you're already an NRI planning a visit back home, please make checking your DigiLocker setup a top priority on your to-do list. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and hey, here's to keeping your documents secure, verified, and always just a click away.